Hey, welcome to Photo Share number 297, getting close to 300 here. This is the last one of 2019. Hope everybody had a good holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is. Hope you had a good one. We're kind of in that week in between that and New Year's. So I know a lot of people are probably taking some time off between the two holidays. I'm working a little bit, taking off most of the time. I got a few things to do, but tried to dial it back quite a bit. So hope everybody had a good one and is ready for 2020. It's just around the corner. A few days away, I guess, right? Yeah, 29th. Yeah, 3 days from now. Actually, 2 days and 6 hours if you're on the East Coast. We are going to be in 2020. So everybody had a good one, good holiday, and looking forward to the new year. Doesn't feel like winter here though. It's been kind of warm and a little rainy here in Atlanta, but and in some other parts of the country where it's traditionally snowy and cold, it isn't. So people are taking advantage of the warm weather, I guess, and getting out a little bit. But yeah, last show of 2019, getting ready for 2020. Talk a little bit about what you got for the holiday, anything that's photography related or not photography related, whatever's fun, and share some images. I think it looks like there's a few things in the group. No, not too much. I uploaded some things. I finally was able to get Darktable working. Finally had some time and sent off a little thing to their message board with a copy of the text file that's generated when it wouldn't load, and got it up and running. And they released on Christmas Eve, actually, yeah, day before Christmas, they released version 3. They've been in version 2.6 for quite a while, and then version 3 came out, so I uninstalled version 2.6, and then downloaded the new version 3, and clicked on it, and it still wouldn't open. So, but we got it working here. Hey, Wes.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. You have a good, good holiday here?
Yeah, it was pretty nice. How about yourself?
Nice and quiet. Yeah, that was nice. Got to read a little bit, catch up on some fun stuff, listen to some music. So yeah, it was all good from that standpoint. Is your tree still standing?
Yeah, it's still standing.
Oh, link. Let me get right here, Frank. It's coming up. Let me post a link and go right there. So hopefully that gets you there. Yeah. Okay. Well, good. So Ringo didn't get in any trouble then, huh?
No.
That's good. That's good. I'm gonna go ahead. So Ringo didn't get in there. I'm gonna do that and post that there. Well, good. So did you go anywhere? Did you go out visit with family or anything on the day? Or
no, actually, they all came here. Which was
really
wow.
Nice. Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, new house.
Yeah.
How many people did you have?
We just had the parents over in the morning, afternoon, kind of, and then some other friends came over in the evening. So
okay. Oh.
Two smaller groups.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Hey, Frank.
Hey, guys.
How are you doing?
Hey, Frank.
I'm doing well, guys.
Good. Yeah.
How are you?
Good. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Festivus Day, and Happy New Year coming up here. Next 3 days away. We are, that's coming up fast. Kind of hard to believe. So you doing anything for New Year's, Wes? Anything?
Nothing too crazy. Just going over to some friend's house and
hanging
out, playing board games, and watching the ball drop, kind of thing.
Okay. See if we can make it to midnight. That's my challenge anymore. So we have some bleed over from the share beer here. Got a guy in the chat, Coach. He's in there. So we are last show of 2019, almost 2020. 3 shows away from 300. or 2 shows away now, I guess. Well, 3 including tonight. So yeah, got show 300 coming up. I guess what will that be? The 7th, 21st? No, 19th.
19th, yeah.
Yeah, 19th of January. So coming up fast. Hard to believe we've been doing that's almost basically 6 years worth of doing this. So I think I don't know if you heard it before you guys popped in, but I got the Darktable working finally.
Good.
Hey, there's Dennis.
What did you have to do to get it to work?
I had to basically update my video card drivers, which I hadn't thought about. I mean, they updated them a month or 2 ago. I got the computer in when did I get it? June, May or June.
Mm-hmm.
And it had all the latest drivers there, but apparently there was something. So I have a Radeon card. Radeon, and I don't know. I updated the drivers and everything worked, but they have version 3 now, so they don't have a 2.6. They just released a version 3 on Christmas Eve on the 24th. So I
have to download that and give it a try.
Yeah. I literally just got it working a few hours ago, and went through some old images. I wanted to see how it handled the metadata, the old metadata, and it did pick up metadata from Lightroom. So whereas Raw Therapy wouldn't do that. So if I move forward with this, it'll be through Darktable and not Raw Therapy, because I pulled up some images and I posted a few in the group. I pulled up some images that were 6 years ago, basically 7 years ago, that had all the a lot of metadata, map locations, and that type of stuff that I'd done all through Lightroom, and it pulled it in, and I was able to open up the map feature on Darktable and pull up the images and see where they are on the map and all that. So it seems like it works, and it looks pretty complete. I mean, there's a ton of controls. I mean, there's a lot of different things to do. So I literally just started using it about noon. So I'm still trying to figure out which way is which. But it looks like you can customize, layouts of the typical filters and stuff that you use when you import images and all that. So it should work. Now, Frank, were you able to? You were playing around with Darktable a little bit, weren't you? Oh, you're still muted. You're still muted, Frank, I think. Let me see if I can unmute Frank.
Here we
go. Okay.
Yeah, I tried it a couple times.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I've been
not enough to really form a really valid opinion of it one way or the other, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I literally just have a couple hours of playing around with it, but it looks like most of the stuff is there. I'd have to do some side by side with Lightroom and see, how I had things set up in Lightroom, and then go over and maybe set it up comparatively in Darktable. But it does keep track of the folders that you import, and so you're able to go back and do that. So from the management side of things, that works pretty good, and it does take care of the metadata that was already there. New images don't matter, and you can populate all the new images with Darktable or Raw Therapy, I guess you could, but existing metadata that was done through Lightroom comes through on Darktable. So that is pretty good. I'm looking forward to using it a little bit more. Between that and the GIMP, I should be set, huh, Dennis?
Yeah. Did you know there's a new version of the GIMP?
Oh, there is. Did they release a new version too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow! Christmas. It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, bug fixes, stuff like that. It's. So I downloaded it. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know which one I have. Whatever it was as of last week. 2.7 or something like that. 2.10.14.
Yeah, that's the latest one.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I must have downloaded that last week or week before. But so between the two, it looks like, similar to how Lightroom works, you can do 90% of what you want to do in Darktable, and then move it over to GIMP if you need to do layers or some advanced stuff. So seems like it works well. So I'm happy with that. That might save me $10 a month at the end of the day, which is that allows me to purchase, like I was saying last week, an editing tool. I can get a 6-pack of beer, and that'll help me creative editing. So we will. I'm thinking that might be the way to go. I'd re-up my on the monthly. When does Adobe? I think it's on 16th. So I think I'm good through January 16th or something like that with Adobe. So it gives me a couple more weeks to make sure I like it. As long as I can read all the metadata I loaded in from the old images, I'm good with that. Then that was the main concern for me. So I didn't want to have to redo all that stuff.
Yeah, I also downloaded Catalina, the latest operating system for my Apple computer.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I found out that it's a completely different formatting the drive.
Oh.
Yeah, then I couldn't get anything to work on my external SSDs.
Oh, that's not good. So did you have to revert back to the previous?
Yeah, it only took 5 hours to restore the system.
Oh, that's it? Okay. That's not bad. Huh. So you can't use, so basically until they announce support for your external drives, that's...
Well, I don't know if... see, the SSD drive was formatted in the same format as the interior drive.
Okay.
But when I updated the system, it reformatted the drive in the computer to a different format. Whether it can't read your externals then, but I couldn't get it to work. I couldn't even log on to the SSD.
Oh wow. Ooh, that's not good.
No.
Yeah.
So it might have been me, but luckily I've got a 2 terabyte backup here. So
Okay.
yeah, I just thought I'm going to restore this because it was a pain.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they come up with it should support. It should be backwards compatible, but maybe not.
Yeah, they just use a different format on the drive. It's supposed to be more secure.
Huh.
But
So does it encrypt the drive or something?
you can
Automatically?
you can choose an encryption drive.
Okay.
I didn't. I just went for the format off of their
Okay.
Apple site. But
Huh.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to format the SSD as well in the same.
Probably, yeah. I mean, because it's probably that's part of their security protocol. It's got to be the same format, I guess, or it's not gonna.
Yeah, I would have thought that I could choose to boot from SSD, which I did do in the system, but
okay.
SSD was as dead as it just stayed a white screen, nothing.
So you have obviously the internal SSD drive, your boot drive in the computer itself, right?
Yeah, because the SSD is much faster.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it boots the whole system up in 35 seconds.
It's very quick. So, but do you have are your external drives actually SSD?
Yeah, I'm on a Samsung terabyte external drive.
Oh, okay. All right.
Much better than the piece of spinning disk inside the.
Yeah, well, that's what I did with my computer here. I got two 1 terabyte SSD drives. One that is the boot, that's the C drive that has Windows and program files on it, and the other drive is an internal 1 terabyte. But it's all I have basically on there is my music and images, and I've got room. I guess I could add another 1 or 2, but if I need more than that, then I'll just get an actual external drive that connects, USB or whatever.
Yeah, I started dumping 500 gigabyte of photographs onto an external SSD.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing that's going to use up the room on the secondary drive internal is going to be the big image files.
I've got 750 gigabyte used up at the moment.
Yeah, mine is still it's a terabyte. I think I'm right at about half. No, actually, I'm about 600 gig used. So I've got about another 200 gig, and then I'll need to look at something else because you don't want to get it maxed out because then it starts slowing down a little bit. If you're using like 80-90% of the drive, you want to leave a little bit free. But I've still got a little bit of time on that. But yeah, definitely a lot faster than spinning drives. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, anybody get any new equipment? Santa Claus bring any new equipment to anybody? Dennis? No? Well,
No.
I guess I was bad this year.
Yeah. I didn't get any new equipment, any new photo equipment either. I got I didn't get that much this year. I did do that. Well, I've been saving. It's so hard. People can't buy stuff from me because I'm so specific. If I want something, it's kind of technology related, so there's no way anybody would really know what I want. So I just save up for it and buy it. It's really the only way to do it. But I did get some vinyl, so that's good. I mean, that's not really photography related, but I'm sure you got some.
I did as well. Yeah. I got some music, vinyl and CDs.
Yeah, me too. So that's good. That's a pretty safe purchase. They know what
Yeah.
genre you like, and it works out pretty good. So
Pull stuff off my wish list.
yep,
Makes it pretty easy.
yeah. Fill up the wish list and send it out to everybody, and then they can.
Yep.
You can do that. Yeah. So that works pretty good. But yeah, as far as like camera equipment or any other electronic equipment, yeah, there's no way anybody else could buy anything for me. I'm so particular and geeky about stuff. So, but well, good. So let's see. I don't know. Let's see. I want to refresh here. I uploaded a few images. Okay. Looks like Dennis has uploaded a few. He's been gimping again.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Let's jump into that. This might be a short show. I don't know. We'll see. See if I can get this thing to share properly. Let's see if it works. Any camera news or anything? I haven't been paying attention to that the last couple weeks. Anything new? Really? I mean, probably pretty quiet this time of year.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet. Just a bunch of rumors that what's going to happen for Photokina and Photo Plus or whatever is coming up in the springtime.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Not much going on there. Okay, so this is that. Yeah, this works. Okay, there we go. So I think, yeah, this was the last image last week. Joe's pot roast. There's potatoes. That's good. That is very tasty. All right. So this is my one of the images I took. Back in 2012, and let me see if I got this. I'm going to move this over here something and take a look at it and see. Did I do it in? Yeah, I think that is. Yeah, so I'll post this. So I took that. This was taken in color, but yeah, just kind of playing around with it, and I don't know. I still haven't figured. I mean, you got to click on the little things over here to turn them on and turn them off.
Yeah.
And I kind of went crazy clicking all kinds of crazy stuff. So I don't know. It was color, so I figured there's a few different ways to convert black and white. Now I don't know. Show only. I don't know how to turn everything off. So this is cropped a little bit and adjusted, and I converted from color to black and white. So over here's the history. Well, there's the original. That was the original image there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up converting it, cropping it a little bit, and doing black and white. So, but the thing that was cool is the map. It is picking up this. This was taken in Albuquerque when I was. We were in Albuquerque. I was that 7 years ago, and met up with Joe and took a little hike around Old Town and went to a couple of breweries and everything. But that was. I mean, I've got most of my images outside of the last year or outside of the last few months have all map, location data and all that stuff that I did in Lightroom. So I wanted to make sure I had all that coming over. So it looks, so everything came over, which is cool. And then I was able to play around with it. And it looks like it does a pretty good job. There's a lot more control than than I know about at this point. But I mean, all these different modules, I guess that's what they call them, different modules for. Looks like it. I don't know if it's more complete than raw therapy or not. I kind of get a sense that maybe there's more stuff right here than what raw therapy has. Because looks like there's framing, you can add grain, that type of thing. Which is kind of interesting. So there's all kinds of coarseness to try to simulate reality, huh, Dennis?
Yeah.
Reality. If you would just take it with film to begin with, then you wouldn't have to worry about it. But
I think you can use raw therapy or dark table or the Sony stuff, what comes with the camera, and you can make basically they all look the same. You can keep it until they all do the same job. So it's a matter of what pleases you, really.
Okay, so there I'm bumping up that's the coarseness, strength. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of getting gritty. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff to play around with, but I like it. Seems pretty easy to use. I'll be able to set up kind of a preferred. You click your kind of favorite modules, and then you can set up kind of the default. Like in Lightroom, you pick whatever shows up default and do that. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, it kind of went back through some images that I hadn't looked at before, and did this one, which was kind of good. Came out okay in black and white. And then this one, see, Pat thinks he's a car photographer. I don't know. I think that's why I said for Pat. I titled it for Pat. But yeah, I kind of played around, reducing the highlights, getting rid of some glare here and there. And
what's the estimated auction value on this one?
I don't know. Probably about $4,448, of which $3,000 is in the wheels. I don't know. It's got hydraulics though. I mean, it's a lowrider, so I mean, it's probably in that part of the country you probably get good money for that. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting culture. The lowrider, and you get some amazing automobiles too. I mean, talk about customizing stuff. But I think this is what Pat really should be. If he was really serious car photographer, he should be doing this.
You could definitely do it.
Yeah. So, and then this one, I played around a little bit with the perspective correction features. I didn't really. I gotta adjust the sky and that type of stuff, but it was, kind of the automatic perspective correction, and it seemed to work pretty good. What was the original on that? Was this one? Let me go back to the original. So yeah. Kind of adjusted the tilt, and I played around with the colors a little bit, but yeah. So it's got some good tools for kind of perspective correction, shift, and all that. So it seems to work pretty good with that. Pretty similar to Lightroom. So yeah. So I think I'm liking it. This might be the combination. I think Darktable can replace Lightroom pretty much, especially once I get it customized. So, and then GIMP can take the place of Photoshop. I mean, for the type of stuff I'm doing, I mean, like Pat, no, he'd be a fool to use this probably, because he's so ingrained in using Photoshop and everything. It would be a very costly change for him.
Right.
That is for sure.
Since he's making a living at it, $10 a month is not really that big a deal.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's probably all he's paying for, because he doesn't use anything else. So
he says he doesn't even use Lightroom. He's just using Photoshop.
Yeah. He uses
$10 a month for Photoshop.
Yeah. It's all he needs. So yeah, Coach says black and white definitely puts a different feel on things. That is for sure. And Joe is the king of black and white. If there's any image, Coach, Joe wants to know what it looks like in black and white. So that is for sure. He was asking, can you post one of your own personal favorite photos? I don't know. I'm sure you've got some in the stream here. We'll see. Okay, Dennis. So you've been photographing again, or?
Yeah, this was a single photograph, 50mm f1.2 wide open.
Okay.
Right, and the next one is a 7 stack.
Okay. Are you using the GMIC thing?
Yeah, I was using on this one the combined ZP.
Okay.
Yeah. Or another free download.
Oh, okay. So that's 7.
That's 7 across the face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty. Whereas in this one, you pretty much focused here.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of work your way across the head for the most part.
F1.2, it's such a shallow depth of field.
Yeah.
You have to probably do a 50 photograph stack to get it all in focus.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, especially the way you have it. Well, it's kind of at an angle. I mean, if it was straight back, that would be even more. But yeah, it's a pretty at the angle you're at. It's a pretty severe.
Yeah, and I finished it off with a GIMP.
Okay. But okay, so that's 7. Whoa!
Now this is GMIC.
It looks like you got some bad mushrooms or something, man. Woo!
This is one of the filters in GMIC.
Okay. What is this? Is this the acid filter?
This is the framing. The frame.
Oh, okay. So you duplicated it. Wow. Yeah. So this is the original image here.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called now, but it was like a square.
Okay.
And I framed it with that framing is in GMIC, and it just put on top of the original.
Okay.
Yeah, there's loads of them in there, Mark. You can spend hours.
Yeah, I downloaded GMIC, but I haven't really looked at it yet. All I did this week was a couple hours with Darktable here earlier because I was kind of intent on getting that working, and I got that working. So now I can get comfortable with Darktable and then go back and the GMIC thing looks like it has pretty much everything you would need for. Yeah,
the GMIC I haven't even begun to brush it.
Yeah,
it's just stacks of stuff in it.
Yeah, but
I've never heard of GMIC.
Yeah, it's an add-on, Frank, for GIMP.
Yeah, it's an add-on package with I don't know how many things. I mean, it's actually I think it's an add-on for GIMP. That's how most people use it. But I guess you can just use it by itself. But it's like a command line. I mean, it's real technical to use it outside of GIMP. But it's like think of it as like a bunch of filters and presets for Photoshop. That's basically what it is, Frank. I mean,
it's got a user interface in GIMP.
It ties in with GIMP. So it pops up in a separate window, if I remember right, and you do what you do, and then it gives a preview, and then once you like it, then you finalize it, and then it dumps that result into GIMP.
Yeah.
So yeah, it reminds me of it's basically a filter for a pack of a bazillion different filters for Photoshop. That's basically what it is. But yeah, it looks like you can do just about everything you've been able to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can use it in Photoshop. I know some of the open source stuff you can.
Yeah, but probably not. No, I was just saying there's probably something equivalent to that in Photoshop. With some outside developer did it. But GMIC looks like, you should be able to do between the regular GIMP and GMIC. You can probably do anything you need to do.
Yeah. Now this I've done what you've done, Mark. This is an old photograph from when we was in Venice.
Mm-hmm.
But it was quite blown out in the corners and stuff. And Yeah, I just used the GIMP to.
Okay.
Yeah. And this was an EP3, really like point and shoot.
Yeah. Okay. So this was 5 years ago, basically. Yeah. So yeah, just a little pocket point and shoot, pretty much, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I remember you had that camera for a few years. Do you still have it or not?
No, I got shot of it when I got the EM1,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's gone now.
Okay. Yep.
I worked my way back up to a full frame.
Yep. Okay. You got rid of the micro mini one, the micro 4/3, back up to full frame.
Yeah. But it weren't bad considering the size of the sensor.
Yeah, no, it got good reviews. It was kind of similar to like the Canon S90, S95, that type of thing. Was it kind of in that same? If I remember right, Russ, it was kind of in that same range, like a high-end pocketable point and shoot.
Yeah, it's interchangeable lenses.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had a Leica Panasonic 25mm on it.
Mm.
It was quite sharp.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was a good little camera. So okay, so you took this, so you went in and went in and kind of tried to tune it up as much as you could, and
enhanced the color slightly, and
it's nice. I mean, so where was it blown out? Where was it?
In the corner. See the roof
right here? Yeah.
I cloned in some of the roof further down because it was like.
Oh, okay. So you took some of this roof here and put it up here?
Pure white with the sun shining on it.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, you can see there's some texture there. And it looks pretty good.
I was actually up the Campanella Tower in St. Mark's Square, where you go up the big tower in St. Mark's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is the view from the top.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Yeah, that's the Grand Canal there, where you can see it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No wonder this place floods. Look at that. I mean, it's just literally right there. It's a foot above the water. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I guess so. Did they filled it? What was it? Was it a bunch of wetlands that they filled in as they built it? Is that how he?
I think it was a shallow lagoon, just for lots of islands they just built on.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing that they were able to do that many years ago, 600, 700 years ago.
It was very defensible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to get, you'd have a real problem attacking it.
Yeah, yep, that's the whole reason they did it. Yeah. That came out nice. I mean, yeah, that's still very bright, but there's some texture. It's not blown out.
Yeah.
At the limit, but it's not completely blown out. And
I think the only benefits of going back to full frame is you haven't got to crop it.
mm-hmm.
You can crop a full frame.
Yeah.
You crop the micro 4/3 and it starts getting really horrible.
Yeah, you don't have as much. Yeah, you don't have as much to work with. That's for sure.
No leeway to crop something right out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, although I do like the boats at the end of the island there, the big private.
Yeah. Well, that's yours, just waiting for you, right?
Yeah. Actually, I would have liked to have stayed on that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some nice watercraft.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what we was using was the water buses.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So this is an old image.
Yeah, this is going way back. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, the DSC E150. So you took this one in, and what did you correct? Was it the smoke?
No. What this one was, it was on a camera. It used to stamp the date across the bottom of the picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in big red letters. So I took them out.
Okay, cloned them out. Yeah,
cloned them out, and sharpened it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Yeah. There's a couple little flecks here.
Yeah, I know.
Where it was?
That's where it was.
Yeah. Okay.
2 tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. Now this looks like basically just leftover blood. Somebody got run over, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
They would never know that it was a digital imprint.
Yeah. Well, I was just basically playing with the game.
Yeah.
I could do
that. That's cool. Yeah, you can do a lot, and it's just a matter of getting used to using the tools. That's for sure. Yeah, let's get back into the group. So Coach said one of your own personal favorite photos. I'm not going to go back through and upload one, but I will go back in the photo stream and find one of the ones that I really liked, Coach, and see what you think. Actually, there we go. That's the black and white version of the color of that one. And that one, actually, I actually like that one quite a bit. That one came out really good, and it was funny. I just got a comment from my mom. I sent I framed one and sent it to them last year. And Mom goes, the thing I really like most about this picture is that one flower that's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of in that field, and in color, it's it's a dandelion, so it's just a little bit of yellow, but yeah, it's one of those. It's nice in black and white and color, I think.
Should add some spot color there, Mark.
Yeah, I could. I could do that. I just take the GIMP and I'd be good.
Yeah.
There's the color version. It wasn't really yellow. It's more of a, yeah, it's just that one little, there's some yellow there, but I think what she was this one little thing here. Yeah. That was this was on Ektar, I think. Yeah. Yep. This was taken on Ektar and then converted it. The color was okay, but the black and white is one of those things that, black and white comes out.
Yeah, I remember when Ektar first came out, the Ektar 25. That was there was a lot of hype about that because it was so slow and such a sharp film.
Yeah,
but it was very contrasting. Not a good film to use on a bright sunny day.
Yeah, yep, yeah. And this is Ektar 100, I think is what it was for the 4x5 format, and. I'll post another one here, Coach, just so you can get an idea. An interesting one. A landscape. This one actually. And black and white again, imagine that. This was taken with the Rolleicord, I think. Yep. This was taken with the Rolleicord. But yeah, another thing where black and white definitely was better than color on this one, I think.
Mm.
With the reflection in the water and that type of stuff. But yeah, now that you mention it, Coach, it's I think about it, and I like black and white almost more than color, I think, overall. I mean, after shooting a lot of stuff in black and white, you start thinking in black and white, and it's black and white gives a definite look to things, that can be very nice. So there's a couple of my favorites, Coach. I don't think there's anything else in here. There's some goofy pictures. Doobie Brothers concert. Oh, here we go. There's my hot chick picture of the week. I don't know if I get a kick out of that one. The little Corona display. I had to talk Pam into that one. All right. And here's a picture of a car I'd like to have. Right there. So, but yeah, once again, black and white. It's crazy.
GT350.
What's that? Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the groups and take a look in here. Do you have any in here, Dennis? I don't know. That you really, we've got so many in the group here.
Yeah, it's hard to choose, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the ship, when I put the moon in it, I think that's
That's a good one. I know Pat liked this image, Coach. Yeah, that was a great shot, that McLaren. But yeah, No, if you want, Coach, go and take a look at the Mark's Photography Spot group on Flickr. That's got most of the ones that we at least wanted to share over the last few years. So it'd be a good one. If you like wildlife photography, check out Wes's stream too. He's becoming quite proficient at wildlife photography. He's in a good area for it too.
I'm going to start calling them moose.
Yeah,
That was probably my favorite image of the year.
that one right there.
Yeah.
Yep, with the motion. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. No, I think I would agree. You posted one where you got everything froze, but this one you've got, this is pretty good here. Still motion here and foot,
Yeah.
but the landing, just the whole.
I wish that branch wasn't in the foreground, but other than that,
Yeah.
I like that one.
Send it to Dennis. He'll put it in the GIMP and he'll fix it up.
You can figure that out.
Yeah.
But the bits that are blurred are the right bits.
Yep.
Right.
That get blurred.
Yeah. Yep. That's what's good about it is the stuff that is really, really in motion
Mhm.
is blurred, which is perfectly fine. And then
So what was the exposure shutter speed on this in focal length?
It was 1/250th. I had probably f6.3, what I normally shoot at.
And the focal length?
600 millimeters.
Wow.
or actually 1,000.
Well, yeah, with the crop, it's 960 or 980 or something like that.
Yep, right, 5980. So, yeah. Well, that lens is that was a great buy for you, Wes. That lens is you've gotten a lot of use out of that.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect example. Most wildlife photographers would say never shoot below 500th.
Yeah.
But if you follow that rule too strictly and don't experiment, you don't end up with images like this.
Right.
And most of the time, you'll end up with a lousy image. But when
Yeah.
you get it right, you can end up with something really, really, really good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that rule assures that you're going to get a higher percentage of clear images, but not necessarily the most. Maybe I don't know, not artistic, but the most lifelike, maybe.
Well, it's like, when I was first, taking pictures out there on this day, I was doing some higher shutter speeds and getting some where the birds were frozen and stuff like that. And then, okay, you got a few good shots in the can. Let's slow things down and see what we can do.
Yeah. Experiment a little bit. Yeah.
Right.
You got a couple keepers. Well, you posted one. This one,
Yeah.
which was a higher shutter speed.
Right. That was earlier in the day, and that same day,
Mm-hmm.
higher shutter speed.
And everything is pretty much frozen there. I mean, there's not real anything that's real blurry. But this is good. But the other one is, I think, a lot better just because of the orientation of the bird coming in.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming across the frame too. I mean that.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, so it's everything in it just shows, the motion and the everything that's going on. So, yeah. But yeah, on a typical day when you go out like that, how many frames? Several hundred, probably, right?
Yeah, anywhere between 300 and 1,000.
Yeah. So that's yeah, and out of that you might get 10, 15 that you're like, hey, that's okay. Yeah. It takes a lot of time sitting on the screen and running through stuff and seeing what it looks like. Yeah. But yeah, you get some good results. I mean, you're getting pretty consistent. I mean, you're getting I think your percentage of keepers is probably going up a little, I would imagine. If you compare this year to last year, I would think.
As far as percentage of like sharp pictures, it's just getting the right moment.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes just a bit of luck and
Yeah.
shooting a lot of images to be able to pick the right moment later.
Yeah. Now this one I really like too. This one is the light on this is great, and what was it? The feathers, I guess. It's kind of interesting. You kind of get a little bit of that in the background in the pine. Yeah. And the light is Well, the light's nice too, and you got a nice, nice in the eye. So yeah, and wildlife photography is challenging, and you're in a good location for it. So that's good. So have you, and that's I've got it. Well, I haven't really taken that many photos this year, so it's be really easy. My favorites are like the 10 that I actually took. How about you, Wes? Have you gone through and kind of picked out your favorites? Have you really sat down and gone through and say, these are my top 10 for the year or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I've done several like that. That sunset I posted also. I thought was one of my better. I just like it.
Yeah.
I guess further up.
Oh, it is.
More recent.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Yep. Paynes Prairie sunset.
Just because it's not something I normally do, and I just was playing around and experimenting, and
Yep.
I don't like it.
Yep. It's a very nice one. Yeah, that's one thing be easy to do because I haven't taken a lot of images this year. But yeah, it's always nice to go back through and take a look at what you did over the course of the year and come up with some. Have you done that, Dennis? Any years gone through and kind of pick out your top 10, anything like that?
No, not really. I should have a go, really. See if I can pick a couple.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back through past years and pick out. I did it for a couple years when I first got back into it, like 2012, something like that. But I haven't really done that in the last few years. So I think that's something good to do. But
I've got a few images that I've taken and edited in ways that bug me that I want to go back and redo.
Yep.
So the mistakes I've made over time. Yeah, what looks cool to you today, next week, next month, next year may not. Your tastes change.
Yep. Exactly.
Your skill level improves hopefully as well.
Yep. No, it's as long as as long as the image is in focus and relatively sharp, you may not like that particular, you may not like that image at one point in time, but like it later just because your view changes, your perspective changes, or you're able to go back and reprocess it a different way, because you're able to but through cropping or whatever, take an image that was not so good and make it better by doing some selective editing to it to kind of get it to get it back a certain way. So that's
I've got a bunch of images that I just overcooked when I first got the software. Mainly because I could, and it's like a kid in a candy store. You've never tried candy, so you're out trying everything. And
yeah. Well, the good thing is you can always go back and change it.
Right.
Go back and, like what was that website, Bad HDR? And everybody, you just get those terrible. There's probably a group on Flickr, Bad HDR. I'm sure.
I've never seen that. I can only imagine what it looks like.
It looks bad.
Yeah, we're going to search groups. I'm sure there's a Bad HDR group. How much do you want to bet? I don't know. HDR port. Yeah, there's all kinds of. Yeah, there isn't one titled Bad HDR. Darn.
You just Google it and look for images for bad HDR, and it's wow.
Yeah. There are some really, but it's one of those things where, hey, I can do that. Let's see what I can do.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
You should, but but the nice thing about software is you can go mess it up, but it's only temporary because you can go back and completely change it and redo it, do it in a completely different way. So
yeah. I got to tell you, if you don't feel all that good about your photos as they are, Google bad HDR images and just go through them, and you'll probably feel a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these and just my eyes are about ready to melt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. That one. Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
You can't even tell what it is.
Yeah. It's what is all the hype with HDR photos? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, people people going,
Nuts.
yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I went through a little phase when I was doing HDR, and I started off doing bad, and then I was like, okay, I can dial it back. I can still get the effect,
Right.
benefits of it without going crazy on stuff. So yeah.
But even when it was done well, I mean, take a look at Trey Ratcliffe. He's probably the epitome of good HDR. But even that, it has a look, a very distinctive look.
Oh yeah, and you either like the look or you don't. Yeah,
yeah. But back then, I was thinking, this could very well be the photographic equivalent of disco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, because now you see it. Now it's so prevalent.
Yeah.
It's like, it sort of dates itself, and
yeah. It's a momentary bout of temporary photo insanity.
Right.
But you can always go back and take them out.
Right.
Redo them.
As long as you don't overwrite your original files. You're okay.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's good and bad, just like anything. But yeah, HDR is one of those things that gets can very easily go bad very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're definitely on a razor's edge on something like that.
Yeah, you are. That's for sure. So, Coach, don't do HDR photography. Now, infrared photography, that's interesting. I'm interested in that. I don't have the want to take a camera and convert it, particularly like Jose did here. But he's done 2 cameras like this at this point. He had that 6000, and then he's got this one now too.
Wonder if you can get infrared 4x5 film. Have you looked and seen if they make that?
I don't know. I don't know if they make infrared. I know. Well, they make 35 millimeter. Do they make infrared medium format film, Dennis?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they probably do. They probably do 4x5. I would bet.
Yeah,
Because it's probably for studio work or lab work. High resolution. Big negative.
Yeah, I think I've got a roll of infrared medium format here.
Let's see.
Then you just need the filter, and that's it.
Yeah.
R72, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Large format film. Let's see what Google says, if there's anything. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. All shopping. I don't know. Shooting infrared with large format. I don't know. IR film. Yeah, there must be some. There's probably some specialty. It's probably like lab film or something. Yeah. I bet Ilford would make it if they're going to do it. Yeah. That'd be interesting. But then you need the filter. Was it a 45 red? Is that what it is, Dennis?
It's a 72.
72. Okay.
I think it's 720 nanometers.
Yeah. That would be interesting. I don't know how. I got to imagine it'd be fairly expensive, infrared film.
No, it's not. I bought some 35 mil rolls, and it wasn't any more than any other film.
Okay. All right. That might be interesting to check out. I could do infrared 4x5. That would be. Can't imagine there's a lot of people doing infrared 4x5 stuff on Flickr. Oh, speaking of, did you guys get the email from Flickr about we're losing money and we need you to donate to help Flickr?
Yeah, I did see that
last week. I think it was.
Wasn't too happy about that one, but
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where that goes.
All your images are going to go bye-bye.
maybe.
Like Google Plus, how many people had tens of thousands of images on Google Plus?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they gave you what? Well, yeah,
They
basically
gave
6 months
time.
to remove it. Yeah.
At $50 a year per person, though, it seems like they would be able to keep things afloat.
Yeah,
It's just
I don't know
storage.
I don't know how many pros they have though. I mean, that's the question.
Mm-hmm.
If they've only got 10,000, that's only $500,000. I don't know. It's it's just bandwidth. I mean, hosting all these images takes a lot. So, but yeah, that would kind of suck to just have Flickr go away like that.
it would be replaced by something else real quickly.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They've got to figure out a way to monetize it, though. That's the problem. That's what, did Smug Mug buy? Yeah, they bought Flickr, right?
Yeah.
Yep, they bought Flickr.
Wow, that's pretty big.
So,
Look at your screen now. Where are your ads?
what's that?
Where are the ads on your Flickr page?
There are no,
He's a pro. He doesn't get ads.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right.
I've still got. Well, I was a pro at the old rate too, $25 or whatever. So I'm going to renew. I think it's coming up in July. Then it goes to 50, right, Wes? Is that what it goes to?
Yeah, that's what the normal price is.
Okay, yeah,
That's for how long?
A year.
a year.
A year?
So basically $4 a month. I'm paying $2 a month now, but it'll jump up to $4 in July. So yeah, I don't know. That's going to be. We'll see.
In the chat, I posted the name of one of my earlier photography professors, Gary Gerdal.
Uh-huh.
He shoots. I don't know if he still does, but he shot with a wide lux camera, which is a 35 millimeter format camera.
Okay.
It's got a lens that's on a drum, and the drum rotates. And as the drum rotates, the film gets pulled through the camera. So instead of a 35 millimeter frame like this, you have a 35 millimeter frame that's like 4 or 5 frames wide.
Okay.
And he shot with infrared, black and white infrared.
Huh.
Pretty amazing stuff.
So it says like infrared panoramic 360. Did you do 360 photography?
180.
180. Okay.
180.
Infrared panoramic film.
Right.
Yeah. Huh. And what would he shoot? Would he do still life, or would he do street, or
Landscapes. He has one of his most famous images was of a of a cow. It's quite nice.
That's interesting. Let's take a look and see. So that was his take was
Yeah, that was his shtick.
Mark, can you see this, Mark?
oh yeah, yep, rolling. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't cost any more than normal black and white.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna take a look at that for. Oh, okay. Modern book photographers. So here's some images. Yeah. So this is what you're talking about, huh?
Mhm.
This stuff here. It's kind of like a landscape. It's like a fish. Oh, this is fisheye photographer.
Yeah, you click on one of the other images.
Is that the cow?
That's the one. Yeah. See if you can click on that to make it larger. No, you can't.
Yeah, it's a silver gelatin print.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool up, in real life with seeing the actual print. But I don't know why he does this on his website. It makes it so incredibly tiny.
Yeah, I don't know what he. $600,000 to $500,000. The galleries. Bear King. Yeah, he's doing. It's like a 600 by 480 size image.
Yeah, very tiny.
Yeah. That's Kate. So, so interesting. Let's go back and see.
Yeah, they run a local the park district, the local park district. He runs a photo gallery out of there, and they have workshops and that sort of thing.
Okay. So new series, circles. Okay, so he must be doing. This looks like fisheye type stuff.
Yeah. Go back. One more. Oh no! Click on images.
Yeah.
There you go. And the third one top row. Third one top row. No, the third one or fourth one from the right.
Oh,
that's good.
this one?
Fourth one, one more.
Oh, that one.
Maybe that will be a little bit bigger.
A little
It keeps on going back to the same. But you get the idea.
Yeah.
It's that format and it's infrared. So yeah.
6x14 is the print size. Gelatin silver print. Price call. Okay. Huh. Okay. So kind of interesting. So it gives a kind of a different perspective then, that's for sure. Infrared film. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna look at the large format infrared. Why not?
And you can get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I would think I'll have to do a little research. I would imagine somebody must do it because people are still using like 4x5 for studio photography and stuff. So
Yeah, well, Rolly make that 35mm roll, so have a look under Rolly and see if they do 4x5.
yeah,
They do. It's $44.99 for a pack of 25
that's not
out of
bad.
B&H.
$5 for 25. That's
That's not too bad.
no.
Yeah. It's under $2 a shot.
Yeah, that's less. I mean, that's like shooting regular 4x5, color film. Oh no,
And
actually, it was like $3 a sheet. So
$95 will get you 100 feet of 35mm format.
huh.
But
Okay.
you got to roll. Obviously, you got to roll your own.
25 sheets of 4x5 for $45 basically. Okay. Infrared. Now then I need a filter too.
Yeah, 25 red.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, might be.
And your focusing's a little different too.
Yeah. That's focusing's difficult enough with visible light. I don't know.
On your lenses, there'll be a red line
Right.
Yeah.
for focusing infrared. But you have to
Yeah.
adjust it round. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Especially in your manual focusing stuff, they usually had it there. But autofocusing, not so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not much. It's just like a quarter of, eighth of an inch, quarter of an inch turn sometimes. Lower, less than that. It's
Okay.
not much.
If you look at your old lenses, you'll see by the white line will be a red one, not far away,
Oh, really? Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
which is for focusing and infrared.
Okay. All right. Well, that might be interesting. That was the next thing I wanted to talk about is we're coming into 2020. Anything anybody want to do differently or more of photographically? I know what I want to do, which is just actually use my camera in 2020. But
Yeah, I'm in that boat too. I just actually want to get out and take some pictures,
yeah, that's
even if they're crap, which are probably going to be since I haven't really done anything in such a long time.
that's fine. You just get out, and the important thing is just get out and use it. Yeah. That's,
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
I took some photos of a birthday party, and man, they were absolute garbage. I just wasn't thinking. I mean, I wasn't seeing
yeah.
the scene. I was just taking pictures without any thought in it. Really showed.
Well, that's one of those things you've got to. It's like it's muscle memory. It's a skill, and if you don't practice it, then you don't utilize it, it kind of goes away. So that's the what little I had is probably way gone at this point. So I'm in trouble. How about you, Wes? Anything photographically you're wanting to do? 2020.
Try to shoot more. I don't know. It's always
Yeah.
sometimes it can be a struggle to find something to shoot that's interesting.
Yeah. That's the thing is like the time that you have to find something that is worthwhile to shoot. Yeah, that's a challenge. So yeah, because we all
Try to travel a bit more maybe and hopefully
Okay.
that'll help.
yeah. Now that's usually if you go somewhere new and you take a little bit of time ahead of time to research and figure out where you want to go from from just being a tourist and then also from a photography standpoint helps. And yeah, in someplace new, it's one of those things where you're only going to maybe be there for a short time, and maybe that might be the only time you're there. So that's good and bad creativity, from a creativity standpoint and photography standpoint. But there's always everything you see is new, so always something new to shoot. That's for sure. That's for sure. How about you, Dennis? Anything different 2020?
I think I shall try and use my film cameras more.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I've still got 50 sheets of positive 4x5 to go
Yeah,
through.
I've got a box and a half of color 4x5, and I've got a half a box of black and white 4x5 in the refrigerator. So
Yeah, I've got 3 film cameras loaded with positive, which I've only half used.
yeah,
And they need to be used up. Yeah.
yeah. I've got that 35 back there up on the Nikon Nichromat up there's got a roll of black and white in it that's got 5 frames used out of 36. So I've got a
Yeah, it takes a long time to go for a roll of 36.
yeah, it does, especially when everything's manual and taking your time, and yeah, that definitely takes time. But it's been in there for a year and a half, so I guess I should I should finish it up.
Yeah, I've still got boxes of 4x5 in the freezer. Yeah, I've got stacks of it in the cupboard. So I should use it up.
Yeah. I don't have anything in the freezer. I've got one box that's sitting here in a file drawer over here, and I've got a couple half open boxes in the refrigerator downstairs. So nothing in the freezer, but yeah, I think that's the goal is to do more 35 millimeter and large format.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense because 35 millimeter film is easy to carry around. It's a lightweight camera. You can take it anywhere, and it's easy to develop and easy to scan. You can scan that on any scanner pretty much. 4x5 is a little harder. You got to be a little bit more dedicated. And I did not renew at the studio this last time because I just wasn't using it. So I've got to get back into it before I can justify that expense. So what I'll probably do is get back into using the camera again and find I've done a little bit of research. I've got them bookmarked, but places that will do high resolution RAW scans for you. So and relatively, a few dollars each for a 2400 DPI RAW scan of a 4x5. So get pretty much the raw image that you can then do whatever you want to do with it artistically. So I was doing some research on that a couple months ago, and I've got them bookmarked. I gotta take a look at that. But I think that'll be, rather than joining the studio, which is a couple $100 every 6 months. I was like, I just wasn't using it. I've got to be producing stuff to justify that expense. So the guy's like, whenever you're ready, just come out. We'll sign back up. We'll get you going again whenever you're ready. But until I start shooting more, start having more film to scan or process. It's not really. It's just money out. No money out with no benefit in at this point. So yeah, that's my goal is to actually use more film cameras. I'll always have the digital, but to get back into shooting film, because that's what I've really enjoyed the last few years. It's been the film side of things. And use the 35 is a lot easier to carry around. You can take that anywhere. I could take that when I go out in the car. I just take the 35 millimeter out. It's got film in it. If I want to do something, I can do that. The 4x5, it's a little more intentional. You've got a plan. You've got to plan ahead for that. That's not just a grab and go type of camera. You've got to block off time in your calendar and set it aside and be very have a plan in place before you just wander out the door with a large format camera slung over your shoulder. That's the goal for me. All right, guys. Well, hey, good last show of 2019. Got next week will be 2020. So I expect to do a show next week and all the way through January. I don't see anything coming up in the near term that'll necessitate not doing a show. So I plan on doing them all the way through here. So keep snapping images, making images, posting them, and hopefully I can do some out to the mix. And you too, Frank, get out there with the camera and just start using whatever you got and putting light on film.
Right.
Or light on sensors, whatever it is. So, all right, you guys have a good New Year, safe New Year.
You do the same too, Mark.
Coming up fast, a couple days away, and we'll be back here next week. And Dennis, enjoy another week of Sundays.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
I'm sure you will.
See you guys next year.
All right. Yep. See you next year. All right, take care, guys. Good one.
Yep.
Later.
Cheers.